Well, I did not expect to be filming this, but here we are. It is the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Cobra Desert Scorpion and Scorpion 25, the 180 G.I. Joe Classified series figure. I did not expect to be reviewing this because I didn't even get a shipping notice of this shipped. It just showed up. It was here. I just was here. I was on the assumption that this would not be here till like January or December, but I guess they decided to ship them out right now. So here we're looking at it. Packaging. It is a deluxe packaging, of course, because it is a figure with a big animal accessory, which I can't wait to get a look at that guy. You can see him right here. Just a Classified series Cobra logo. The figures look really good. Can't wait to get a hold of them. Really awesome art of the Scorpion, and his Scorpion looks so cool. I love this. I hope we get a full shot of this artwork. On the back here, we have a product render of the Scorpion, the Desert Scorpions, as well as a couple other in the background. You can see the Scorpion itself, some product shots right here. On the side here, you can see the file card read up, which, you know, if you want to, you can read it and figure it out yourself. I'm not going to bother. You can scan the QR code, which leads nowhere. On the top, 180 Cobra logo. On the bottom, legalese. So let's open it. Okay, and here we have the Desert Scorpion out of the packaging, and I have to say, apart from some minor things, which we'll get to in a little bit, I'm thoroughly impressed by this guy. I really like this figure. I think it's super good. I love this, like, unique, like, color scheme we have. I like the design. I like the giant Scorpion, which we'll look at shortly. I'm really impressed by this. I think it's really well done. I don't know. I don't have a lot of attachment to the Desert Scorpion because it's a later Joe figure, so like you didn't really see much of it in like the comics or anything like that. So like this, especially didn't see it in the cartoon. So like this is really like a new figure for me, but still really cool to see it. I love it. And I'm really impressed by some of the techniques used for the figure in this. So actually, let's take a closer look at him so we can actually talk about those. So normally, me personally, I do not like cloth goods on like 112 scale figures because in my mind they never look right. You can never get them right. Most designers who do like cloth goods on like on a smaller scale figure, they never end up looking right. They look too heavy. They look too baggy. But this is perfect. This is like they basically nailed what I would imagine like a 112 scale, basically like a shawl or like a big cloak to look like. My thing is especially the clothes never like lay right. Like if you look at like a Jedi cloak on like a vintage collection figure or something like that, it's too big and it looks too floaty and it looks like they're wearing like a giant comforter, not like a piece of cloth. But this looks like a proper cloth. This looks like something that you would wear in a desert environment like this. It's kind of thin, but it's it's not a dark color. It's a light color. It's a tan color, so it blends in well with the sun. So it probably keeps you relatively cool. So like this is exactly what you'd need in something like that. And, you know, in a desert climate like that, you know, late at night, it gets cold, you need something to warm you up. So like this is perfect for that. And it's got a big like scarf here, which can cover his face up like that. It looks really nice. And if you don't like it, it's removable, which we'll look at shortly. This is not the face sculpt that he becomes packaged with on in the box, but it is the one I swapped because I want to look at this real quick. This is the standard faceplate that you can put on there. Now this is the Desert Scorpion from the 1991 G.I. Joe line from the 90s, of course. And for some reason, there seemed to be a trend going on in the 90s, 91 specifically, of people wearing like faceplates with red visors. It's not just these two. There are other figures from the 91 toy line that do that. I guess that was just a popular thing at that point to wear red faceplates. I guess so. But I'm not complaining about it because I think it looks really good. So let me just put it on. Like so, and man, that is a really good looking figure. It's not technically a Viper, it's a Desert Scorpion, which I guess is a different type of Cobra Trooper. I don't know, at a certain point they stopped calling them Vipers and switched to a new name, but I mean, like, this is basically a Desert Viper, although a Desert Viper is actually a thing, which we don't have yet, so, you know, it's a personal perception, but I really like this guy. And like I said, the cloth piece does here come off, which if you pop the little wire off his pack here and you lift it up over his head here like so, pops off really easy. And now you have a more classic look. This is basically the look of the original toy. Obviously gotta put the hose on, but this is basically the look of the original toy. The original toy did not have the cloth piece. It did have it on the back here of the back of its head, and there's right there. It's like Dusty. He's got like the same piece that Dusty does. And now Hasbro, listen. As much as I want like Dusty V4 with his Coyote, or V2, I guess, with his Coyote, I really want them to release a retro card Dusty with like this cloth piece on the back of his head. I think that would look way, way better, especially if they're using the same like quality of cloth. It would look way better. I think that would be really, really cool. But this figure itself looks really cool design wise. It kind of looks like a bee, like a yellow black with like kind of yellowy stripes going down the sides here. The gold belt buckle, the brown pouches, the gauntlets, the greaves, which I guess if I were to hazard a guess, the little inlaid like little bits of detailing here of paint and such is sand. I'm gonna guess because you can see it in a lot of different places. I'm gonna guess that's like sand engraved into the cloth and the leather itself. Which, if so, hats off to you, Hasbro. It's a good detail. On the chest here, you can see a couple of red hand grenades. Of what kind, I do not know, but I do not want to mess with them. Again, love the visor, the little antennae. You can see, like, the black leather going around. There's some, like, wires. There's a bandolier here for individual bullets. There's a holster for his knife, holster here for his knife. A little piece of leather going around his leg. Golden, like, boot greave situation. I like this like boot design he has. Like they look like real boots and they look really cool. I would absolutely rock a pair of boots like these. These look awesome, including the shin guards. Love shin guards. Shin guards are underappreciated, I feel like. Around the back here, not a whole lot to the backpack. If we pop that off real quick, you can see the like the following of the cloth. You can see even like the inlaid stitching on the leather itself. Looks really, really good. I love the look of this guy. I kind of want more, but at the same time I kind of don't. Because I feel like, because they included, like, this faceplate, which makes me think, is there only one? Because, like, usually they don't do that because it's like they're supposed to want to do these army builders. So I'm like, is this just one guy? But I know it's not. I know it's not. But I don't know. I kind of want more, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like this guy's kind of special. I feel like I should only get the one of these. As cool as it would be to have an army of scorpions, I feel like this is kind of like a one-off kind of guy. He looks really, really good, though. I love this. Now, I do want to talk about something here real quick, which is the backpack that he has. Oops, he went down. Let me just lean right there real quick. Talk about the backpack real quick, because there's a little peg right here. If we go to the back of him, peg the backpack in like so, put the backpack on, take this little hose, plug it into the side of his helmet right here, like so, and then peg this all the way around into the backpack, like that. You now have wired the backpack into his helmet, which was on the original toy. I don't know if this was, though, this, like, Predator shoulder-mounted, like, cannon thing. I don't know what it is, but I like it. However, I will say this is really loose and just kind of pops out whenever. So be careful when you turn the head around because, like, you turn it, like, too far one direction or whatever, it's just going to, like, pop out wrong. Although now as I say that, it's not doing that. So thanks a lot for that, Hasbro. Oh, yeah, speaking of Hasbro, this like grabbing thing, like this hook or harpoon or whatever that you'd use to, like, I guess lure in whales, pegs into the side here. However, I will say I can already see the plastic starting to warp on that. Like I can see this cracking in the future. So be careful with that. I'm probably just gonna have him hold this because I'll be honest, the weapons that he comes with kind of suck. This is kind of the only good one because it's new. It's unique. I think it's really cool. I feel like he probably uses it to rein in the scorpion that he has, just kind of poke him a little bit, move him certain directions, steer him in the right way. I feel like that's probably what that would be used for. And I like that. Now, as for articulation for this guy, kind of standard. You kind of know what we're getting here. Head can look up that far, can look down that far, is on a ball joint right there. And also the neck is. There's a nice ab crunch, goes down that far. Goes back that far with the backpack, but we take the backpack off, goes back much farther. There is a ball joint at the waist. I thought there wasn't. There is a ball joint at the waist. Drop down hips like so. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed, pinless knees. Very nice. Actually, are there drop down hips? There are. Okay, I was right. Swivel here at the calf. Foot goes down that far, up that far. Swivel side to side. The arm can do a full rotation right there. There is a butterfly, but the butterfly is not too great because it's kind of blocked here. Arm go out that far. Swivel here at the shoulder. Double jointed, pinless elbows, very nice. This hand can go in and out, although not very far because this is getting in the way a little bit. And this hand can go up and down. Technically, it can go up and down. It is designed to. However, the way that this hand is designed, you are not going to get it to go up and down because it is just static like so. So as much as you try, you're not going to get that hand to go up and down. But I'm sure there's a way if you like cut the plastic a bit, but I don't want to do that. Now we will talk about the accessory soon, but first we have to talk about the kind of the biggest accessory, the Scorpion, or I guess the Scorpion-25. So I don't know if this is like a cybernetic, like Robo Scorpion, or if that's just the name that they gave it, because presumably this is some sort of experimented upon Scorpion that they've either made in a lab or they've genetically modified it to be gigantic, because it is huge, this Scorpion. For comparison, here's a polar bear. Scorpions are not meant to be that big. Also, good God, G.I. Joe, what is with you guys and absolutely nailing the animals? I mean, like, they're so good. Every single time there's like a new animal companion in this line, I'm consistently blown away by how high quality it is and how cool it is. So let's continue with the Scorpion here, because this is yet another one that is really, really good. So I asked some of my friends who know more stuff about animals than I do, because I'm not very well versed in animals. If it doesn't have 4 legs and barks, I don't know what it is. This apparently looks like a Deathstalker Scorpion. There'll be an image on screen here. If it looks like that, let me know. But that's the assumption that I got. But this looks really cool. I like the look of the Scorpion. I like the detail work, the scaling, and like the endoskeleton or whatever this is going around the back here. The scales, the deep vegetations in here. The tail, the legs, the teeth, the four green eyes. Everything about this is really fun. I like this. Now, it's not the most, like, it's pretty articulated, but, like, it's hard to get it to, like, sit in any positions, because, like, you can put the legs down like that, but then, like, it's just gonna, like, kind of, unless you set it, like, perfectly, it's just gonna start to, like, slip on itself and, like, gotta go like that. But like, it's not bad. It's very cool as a prop. Great prop, really cool, really creepy, and like kind of gross because like scorpions is freaky. Like there's so many points of articulation on this, more than I thought there was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a little more of a static prop, but it's not. There's a lot on here. Like for instance, the pinchers can open and close, so if like you want to, you can get to grab somebody's leg or something. There's a ball joint here. There's a ball joint here. There's a ball joint on each of the legs, and each of like the one joint in the leg, a ball joint is there too. There's nothing here at the torso, but like the tail can go back. Look how high up the tail can go, and look how low it can go. And there's like ball joints on like a bunch of like the ridges here as well. So there's so much like motion that you can do with this Scorpion that I'm just consistently like genuinely impressed by this. I think it's really, really good. Like, and the underside too, it's so creepy and gross, and there's like the pink inside here, like there and there. It's so weird. You can see the teeth on it, like the fangs and everything. It is really, really well done. That I'm kind of at a loss for words. Like I don't know what to say other than it is really, really good. And if you can get one, you should. Just don't suck as far as I know. But it's really, really good. I'm a sucker for this thing, even though it's really, really creepy. As for the other accessories of this figure, we've of course talked about the backpack, but we're talking about a little more here. There are these like, I don't know if these are like battery packs or like water canteens or something here on the backpack, but it's cool. There's a handle right here so you can carry it, and there's a little screen here. So maybe it's like a portable radio station. There's like the brown leather here for the pack itself, so you're not just laying against like brick or just solid metal, I guess. Like, I don't know. I like it. I think it's really unique and interesting, and I love the Predator, like the shoulder-mounted Predator cannon. I think that's really fun. I love a Predator cannon. So seeing that is awesome. I love that. There is, like we talked about earlier, the harpoon or spear or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I like it because there's the brown like leather handle here that goes down to the black stick itself, the staff, and then there's like what I think is like a yellow like battery pack, and there's a wire going all the way up here, and it's like a connector cable, and so I'm guessing that the tip of this is electrified. I'm guessing that this is electrified, and this is like a makeshift battery just like duct taped to the side of this, so that way it can complete the circuit, so that way this becomes electrified, which I like a lot. I like that it's like just like a really long distance cattle prod. I think that's fun. I really like that. There are these two what I like to call Wolverine gauntlets that you just clip onto. You can just grab and use like Wolverine gauntlets, because there's 3 blades here, just solid black, nothing really special about them. Will I use them? Probably not, but I'm glad that they're there. I'm not glad that these are here again. This is yet another of the Alley Viper's guns. There's this one here, this weird looking mess. I will give this one credit. They finally did it right, and they actually attached a string to the like hooks that were shown to be able to hold strings, so you didn't have to attach one yourself this time. Cool. We've all seen them. Okay, so the original Desert Scorpion had a unique gun. Like, he had like a unique submachine gun that had like a top-loaded magazine, and we don't have that in the line. And I was kind of hoping that when we got this, we would get that, because that means that it would be another unique gun. It's not. It kind of sucks. I mean, like, I guess you're saving it if you do like a retro card, you can do that again. But like, I don't know. I feel like they should have done that, because it at least would have been the proper thing, as opposed to getting the exact same Alley Viper's guns we've seen 1,000 times over and over again. And they weren't good when they came out. So why do you keep shoving them in our faces? It's just annoying. It's bothersome, and I'm sick of seeing them. I'm not sick of seeing these, though. These are new. These are a pair of new knives that the Desert Scorpion comes with, and they are like serrated. They're serrated with like cord string like handles that are admittedly quite cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, these are pretty cool knives. Happy to have these because they are unique and they're not the exact same ones. Now, as for size comparison, here he is next to the 1991 Buddy we saw earlier. That is Snake Eyes V4. We're still missing like a Snake Eyes V3, which I think is kind of weird that we just jump straight to V4. Come on, stay with me here. I guess it was because Lenny did talk about how he wanted a V4 Snake Eyes. So it's like, that's fine, but I'm over here waiting for a Snake Eyes V3 because I like that one more. And also, for comparison, here he is next to a version of Timber, which... God, that Scorpion is huge. This Scorpion is gigantic. This is a monster of a Scorpion. Terrifying. Here he is next to a figure I have not yet reviewed, the Cobra Commander V4, the Battle Armor Cobra Commander. I guess, is this V4 Cobra Commander? Because there's like the... V3, V4, arguable. Argue about it in the comments below which one it is. I kind of feel like this one is the proper Cobra Commander to put next to this. I know there wasn't a Cobra Commander in 91, but I feel like this is the perfect one for that. The gaudy kind of, we're starting to go into the 90s look of Cobra Commander, at least unless we never get like the weird regalia version that we got from like the one that could like talk. You know, remember that? There was like a Cobra Commander figure that could like talk and like said things, had like a giant battery pack. I feel like we're never going to get that, but if we do, that would go really well with the Desert Scorpion, if you ask me. And here we have a figure that does not fit the vibe at all, and that is V1 Hawk from the MMS set. Just does not fit the vibe at all. Does not match. These are two figures from two totally different eras, almost a decade apart exactly. These figures were released at the same time, like two totally different eras of action figures and design philosophies from Hasbro. But still, it's really, really cool that we have a line now where you can put them side by side with the same modern technology. And these guys came out the same year. I got these two figures like literally a week apart. Like the Hawk showed up and then the Desert Scorpion showed up. So I think it's really fun that we're allowed to do that stuff now. And I really just like that. So there is the Desert Scorpion and Scorpion 25, Scorpion 25, whatever. I like this a lot. I think it's really fun. I like anything that gives me more of the weird Cobra animals. Just keep bringing them on. Keep giving me more. I'll keep buying them. I love it. I'm a sucker for them. I think they're really, really good. And I think you should get one too if you can get a hold of one. Shouldn't be too hard. Like I said, they're still in stock on Hasbro. I feel like this isn't going to be one that sells out. Honestly, I feel like this probably will end up being in clearance because I feel like this is kind of a sleeper hit. This is a little bit of a, you kind of don't really pay attention to it, and then you see it on sale, and then you get it, and you're kind of shocked by how good it is. I feel like that's what this figure is going to become. But I really like it. So if you liked this, please like, comment, subscribe. Everything needs to get done for me to keep doing these videos that I love to make. And I'll see you next time, because I have other stuff that I need to review. I have a lot of stuff I have backlog. Apparently the Awe Striker's shipping in like 2 days. I'm like, oh Jesus, oh it's gonna sting. But thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Yo, Joe.